I started by cutting off the factory edge. And then just use a router to route over the edge. And as always, when you're changing bits, safety first. You then just need to figure out the position of your saw. In my case, I'm using an old skill saw, and actually this is the same saw as I used it for the other table saw. And this is a quick tip: if you don't have a real guide rail for your router, just use a straight piece of wood and put some screws in it, and then kind of adjust it. The main hole is already cut out / routed out so far, and I'm just doing the exact same thing for the motor. Of course, you have to first of all determine the dimensions of the motor / motor housing. This is just an example of how you could do it. You could do it any other way, but this is, at least for me, the easiest and I would guess fastest way to do it. Right now I'm just test fitting the saw and temporarily fixing it with screws. Right now you are able to plunge the saw through. I just used a regular track saw here and kind of used it as a plunge saw. If you do not feel safe about this, don't do this. You can cut the rest of it out by just using a simple jigsaw. If you wonder what I'm doing here, I'm just cutting out some little angles to hold the saw down later. Makes it a lot easier and a lot safer and a lot more secure. As you can see, the fence is already kind of put together. That has a simple reason. It was kind of difficult to film and would be, yeah, what I would say kind of unnecessary. And as you can see, it works out relatively good. It's just two pieces of plywood screwed together at a 90-degree angle. As you can see here, I made a little mistake, and if I would have screwed it on like this, I would have had no room for adjustments, so I need to unscrew it and do it a bit different later. So right now I am going to plunge the saw through this zero clearance insert, and a really good tip is here, just slide the fence over the piece and then take another piece of wood, put it over there so that it is held in securely. Right now it's just a friction fit, and here I'm making a simple test cut. Here I'm checking if I'm okay, and it seems that everything is good, at least so far. here I am just cutting another piece to kind of double check everything. I am going to go with the same design of the old table saw. Yeah, it worked out quite well, and you are going to see how I hammered the nuts in just to hold the screws in place. Here I'm making the slot with the router for the hook to grab in. Actually, I don't know why I don't got any footage of that. I thought I did film it, but turns out I didn't. Here I'm just positioning the hook, and I originally thought that I would go with 2 hooks, but it turns out that 1 is enough. And I don't know if you can see it, but there is a little mistake. The drive-in nut is hammered in the wrong way. Should be the exact different way. Yeah, kind of on the wrong side. I am using construction adhesive to hold the pins in place. So, I now corrected that drive-in nut, and as you can see, I did another mistake. Nice! So here I'm just using 2 screws and a washer to kind of hold it in place while it can still slide. And that works out relatively well. I am just making a handle here to kind of lock that in place. I am going to build a different handle later on, as well as another zero clearance insert, because I'm not too happy with both of them and how they turned out. So I am just going to revisit this project again. Maybe this is going to be a whole nother video, I'm not exactly sure yet, so we will see. So here can you see what I mentioned before. Even with 1 hook it works out quite well, because this Baltic Birch plywood is just really stiff, really heavy duty stuff. I can't complain. I don't know why it's so milky right there, but actually I measured how much rib capacity I have, and turns out that it is way over 1 meter. Turned out that it is about 1 meter, which is pretty much the equal of about 40 inches. So this is kind of the end product. I am actually pretty happy about it, but as I said, it's not finished yet. I need to revisit it, and I also need to build kind of a outfeed table, or 2 actually, wing kind of things, and a base for that whole thing. Yeah, so this is going to be part of next week's project video. Actually, it is going to be about how I built these wings and the base. So thanks for watching, and I hope that I see you in next week's video.